Greatness is built in the quiet. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Renaissance Project. Today, I want to talk about something that honestly changed my life, and it's the word consistency. Consistency is even more powerful than inspiration, because some people are waiting to feel inspired before they move. They're waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, and the perfect energy. But the truth is, if you only move when you feel inspired, you'll stop every time life gets difficult, and it will get difficult. There's a story and a picture that has always inspired me. Imagine a drop of water falling onto a rock. One drop seems insignificant, weak, or even harmless, and the rock seems solid, strong, and unmovable. At first, nothing happens. One drop makes no visible impact. But the drop keeps falling, day after day, month after month, year after year. And eventually, that same gentle drop that appeared to be harmless begins carving through the rock. Not because the water became stronger than the rock in one moment, but because it refused to stop. That's the power of consistency. There's a saying that says, a river cuts through rock, not because of its power, but because of its persistency. This is a great picture of growth and purpose, because transformation doesn't happen through one big emotional moment, one giant breakthrough, or one explosive effort. Life usually doesn't change that way. You see, storms can be intense, and I have said this before, that it's difficult to see while driving through a storm. But storms eventually pass. And honestly, some people live their whole lives like storms. They move hard for 1 week, then disappear for a month, inspired for a moment, disciplined for a day, then inconsistent again. But water teaches us something different. Water keeps showing up, steady, patient, persistent. And over time, that steady pressure creates change that force alone could never do. What's also powerful is that water adapts. When water meets resistance, it doesn't always try to destroy the obstacle immediately. Sometimes it flows around it. Sometimes it waits. Sometimes it keeps pressing until the obstacle slowly changes. Now that's wisdom, because consistency is not just force. It's patience, faithfulness, endurance, and its adaptability. And honestly, that's how greatness is built. One prayer at a time, one practice session at a time, one disciplined morning at a time, one right decision at a time. The small repeated actions may feel invisible in the moment, but over time, they carve character. They build discipline, and it shapes your identity. Consistency slowly shapes your future, the same way water slowly shapes the stone. See, inspiration is beautiful. I love inspiration. Inspiration can spark vision. It can wake something up inside of you. It can remind you of who you're capable of becoming. But inspiration is only the ignition, and consistency is the engine. Don't confuse excitement with transformation. Just because something excites you doesn't mean you're becoming disciplined enough to sustain it. I've seen people get excited about music, excited about business, excited about purpose, but excitement fades. The question is, what happens when the emotion disappears? Do you still show up? Because professionals understand something that amateurs struggle with. You cannot build a purpose-driven life based on feelings alone. Professionals move even when they don't feel like it. Musicians practice when they're tired. Entrepreneurs build when nobody's supporting them. Parents sacrifice when the kids didn't even notice. Leaders and athletes keep showing up even in seasons where they feel empty. That's consistency. And honestly, consistency is spiritual, because consistency says, I made a decision bigger than my emotions. Now that's powerful. As musicians, we understand this deeply. Nobody masters an instrument in one emotional moment. You master it through repetition, scales, mistakes, corrections, and practice, and again and again and again. Sometimes the practice sessions feel amazing, and sometimes it feels dry. And sometimes it feels creative, and sometimes you feel stuck. But every repetition is shaping something in you, even when you can't hear or see the growth yet. And that's important because a lot of people quit during invisible growth. Growth doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes growth is happening quietly, internally, under the surface, just like resonance. You may not immediately hear the impact of consistency, but over time, repetition creates depth. It creates confidence. It creates stability. It creates identity. And identity is built through repeated behavior. If you consistently practice, you become disciplined. If you consistently learn, you become knowledgeable. If you consistently show up, you become dependable. Small actions repeated daily will define who you are. That's why consistency is more powerful than intensity. Because intensity burns hot for a moment. Consistency burns long enough to transform you. And honestly, social media has confused a lot of people because we celebrate big moments, viral moments, highlight moments, but we rarely celebrate the thousands of quiet moments that created them. We celebrate the concerts, but not the years of rehearsals. We celebrate confidence, but not the seasons where someone fought insecurity privately. The truth is, greatness is built in private long before it's revealed in public. And the dangerous thing about applause is this. A lot of people only want to work when somebody is watching. But real growth happens when the room is quiet. No audience, no recognition, no validation, no applause, just commitment. The people who eventually stand on stages with confidence are usually the same people who kept showing up in empty rooms. They practiced when nobody cared. They built when nobody noticed. They stayed faithful before anybody celebrated them. So if I could leave you with anything today, it would be this. Stop waiting to feel inspired. Build habits, build routines, build discipline. Because inspiration may start the journey, but consistency will transform you. The applause may recognize greatness, but consistency is what creates it. Keep showing up, keep building, keep growing, keep moving in the quiet. Because one day, the things you practice in private will speak loudly in public. And when that moment comes, it won't be because of one big performance. It will be because you refuse to quit in the small, unseen moments. Greatness is built in the quiet. And like always, keep practicing and put some stank on it, stank on it, stank on it. And I'll see you in the next one.